find your way with map and compass, to orienteer, ought to be as natural to learn in school as it is to learn to read and to count. When you're young, it's an exciting adventure to go exploring in the forest, to learn the forest's secrets. You gain experience of the forest by being out in it. But before you go into the forest, you ought to learn the basics of map and compass. A teaching compass is useful to demonstrate the different parts of a compass. Silva has many different types of compasses. What they have in common is high quality and that they are all easy to handle. The most important part of a compass is the needle, the red end of which always points to the north. The needle is inside the compass bowl, which is filled with liquid to cushion the movement of the needle. The compass bowl is attached to a plate. A compass can be used in many ways. The most common is to use it in conjunction with a map. Map and compass is the basis for proficiency in orienteering. A map is an exact representation of the terrain to a certain scale. A map can also, as here, represent the equipment placed in a gymnasium. To draw a map of a gym, a garden or flat, for example, is a good exercise. It helps in the understanding of how a map is formed. The map can subsequently be used in enjoyable small exercises. The map we see here is of a gymnasium. On the map we have drawn a short, simple orienteering course of some 100 meters. We'll now go round the course and thus have the chance to see how to orienteer. As control points, we have placed out small control markers that look like this. Notice that there are more control markers than you have on your own map, so read the map carefully so that you are sure that you're at the right control. On the controls there are figures and letters. The figure tells you that you're at the right control, and the letter you should write down on your control card. In order that the participants get the best out of the exercise, the map should be clearly drawn and easy to read. To make the exercise more difficult, the participants can have different routes so that they can't simply follow each other. The point of the exercise is to help the participants to understand how objects are placed in relation to each other on a map. This exercise can be carried out without a compass. The map can be orientated according to the shape of the room and the position of the objects in relation to each other. Then you can do the same sort of exercise out in the open. Draw a simple map of a very straightforward piece of landscape, a few houses, a path, and a flagpole. The important thing here also is to place the objects in the right relationship to each other. When the map is completed, you can play treasure hunt with it. Mark a place on the map where the treasure is to be hidden with a cross. Then hide the treasure there. In this exercise, the maps do not have to be exact representations of the terrain. The important thing is to be able to understand what the maps are supposed to represent. Now comes the difficult part. You exchange maps and try to find the hidden treasure with someone else's map. This exercise makes you realize why maps must be easy to read and correspond to reality if you're going to be able to find your way to the right place. The map is the orienteer's most valuable aid. It's the basis of orienteering, so lots of practice with the map is needed. The next exercise is with an easily read large-scale map of a small, well-defined area. In this area, we have placed out a number of controls, and at each control there's a sign with a word on it. When you've been to all the controls in the right order, the words tell you where the treasure is. Now it's time to go out with a proper orienteering map. We walk along a big road, checking features on the map on both sides of the road. The leader ensures that we point to the right features. Here we are pointing out a house in the woods as shown on a map. When we've practiced pointing out features along our route, then the next exercise is to find our way to a place along our route that the leader has pointed out. Then a check is made to see that we stopped at the right place.
Där någonstans. Där. Ja, det var Sviken någonstans då. Bra. Kan vi gå till.
So we continue our map practice by marking on the map a number of control points that can be found along our route. Signs are hung at different locations that are clear and easy to read on the map. But it means that you must read the map carefully before you can decide the position of the signs. Now we shall recapitulate direction finding. Align the compass plate from the starting point to the point you want to reach. Turn the compass bowl, the red north, towards the map's magnetic north. Turn the compass so that the red end of the compass needle points to the red north. The arrow on the compass plate now points in the right direction. The north compass you place along the line from where you are standing to the place you want to reach. Turn the map and the compass till the compass arrow's red north points towards the map's magnetic north. The arrow on the compass plate now indicates the direction of the run. You can practice compass legs by aiming at large, obvious features, such as these two big paths. We run following alternately the north and south points of the compass needle. There's a sign hanging where you come out onto the path, and another one where you go into the woods again. We also use the compass when we want to orientate the map. We are now situated south of Stora Fylleryd, and we're going to orientate the map with the help of the compass. We turn the compass and the map so that the magnetic needle of the compass points to the map's magnetic north. We have orientated the map so that it's easier to read. Now all the features are in the right direction as far as the map is concerned. Always make a practice of orientating the map before you read it. Learning to orientate the map is very important. Here's another exercise where you orientate the map without a compass. We walk in a row around a field that has clear and obvious features. Each one has his own map. Each time the leader alters direction, everyone makes the appropriate adjustment to his map. From time to time, the leader checks that everyone is doing it correctly.
lite vänster.
When we have gained confidence with map and compass, it's a question of practicing routes and choice of routes between
Du
controls.
springer åt andra
The aim of
hållet.
competitive orienteering is to make your way between the control points in the forest as quickly as possible. In this exercise, two runners of equal ability run the route of their choice between two control points. One runs across country, following a compass course, while the other chooses a route following the path in a southerly direction. Then a comparison can be made when they reach the control points. It's an advantage if there's a leader at each control who can give advice and suggestions. Map practice is very important. If you want to be a good orienteer, then you must be able to read the map well, so that you avoid losing a lot of time through making unnecessary mistakes.
Kan du, Niklas, springa runt på stigen? Då kan du sticka, Malin. Ja, kan du sticka nu?
Contour lines are the most difficult of all symbols on the map for beginners. Here we are building a hill of sand, which we then draw as contour lines. This exercise shows how heights are represented on a map. Contour lines give a profile to the ground and tell the orienteer how steep a hill is, how long a slope is, and so on. By drawing and comparing each other's sketches, we can increase our understanding of a map's contour lines. Close contour lines mean a steep slope. Few contours mean a gentle slope. We follow a straightforward route on a simple contour map. The object is to follow a line on the map and mark on the line where the control signs are placed. The point of all these exercises you have seen here is that you should learn the technique of orienteering so that you can enjoy finding your way in the forest with map and compass. For several years now, Sweden has had special orienteering schools, high schools with orienteering as an optional subject. Those youngsters who are interested in orienteering can apply to such a school and so pursue the sport of orienteering while they are studying. They have theory lessons on maps, courses, and the choice of routes. They have visits from elite orienteers, sports doctors, and above all, they can train under the guidance of fine trainers. We shall hear what Christina Blomqvist, world champion in relay at the World Championship in Australia and former student at the Orienteering High School in Olofström, has to say about young people and orienteering.
Att ta det med lite lek I början.
Treat it as a bit of fun in the beginning, till you're 16 or 17, and run because it's fun, and not because someone says that you must run. It should just be a game in the beginning, I think, until you feel that this is something that you really want to do. I want to be best at this comes sort of automatically, and it's at junior level that you decide if you're going to train hard. But there are so many classes to compete in orienteering that you can go on just because you enjoy it and take it a bit more quietly.